things you must know. The village is dying. Our life is in your hands, Chosen One. Prove yourself. Be our salvation.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran, and yes, welcome back to a brand new episode of the new Wasteland. Been a good wee while, hasn't it? Well, if you remember back in my Chosen's Way video, I said that there was indeed another mod being developed that aims to remake Fallout 2, and today is the day we finally cover that other mod. Project Arroyo is a full-on Fallout 2 remake for Fallout 4, unlike the Chosen's Way, which is for New Vegas. Now, I was going to tell you guys about the story of the mod, which I usually start with, but because this is Fallout 2 and I have gave you like a full description before in the past, here is just a wee quick summary for y'all. Fallout 2 follows a wee guy called the Chosen One as he or she tries to save their village from starving to death. Their journey takes them across the Wasteland in search of the Garden of Eden creation kit and run into cunts like the NCR, Brotherhood of Steel, and the wonderful Enclave. Speaking of the Enclave actually, they are the main antagonists of the game, as they kidnap your entire village with the intention of performing weird Nazi-like experiments on them with the forced evolutionary virus. As you probably may know if you played Fallout 3, that is what created the supermutants. Well, at least in that game anyway. Now with that out of the way, let's dive right into what we should expect from Project Arroyo. First off, the map will be one massive world space, meaning that you can work from one end to the map to the other. I know a few recreation mods of the classic games, an example, being the Chosen's Way. I'm going to be referencing that mod quite a wee bit during this video, just a wee heads up. And these recreation mods are attempting to put in the old travelling system, but I'm pretty happy that this mod in particular are going with a big open world sort of recreation, just so it sets it apart from the other mods, and also allows them to add more of their own stuff in there if they so choose. Random encounters will still occur on the mod, but encounters such as the player meeting big old Frank Horrigan will be in a fixed location this time. So with the world now being a big open map, what does that mean for the highwayman car? Well, it will still be present, but just as like a fast travel point, because we all know how car mods go in Fallout games and just in Bethesda games in general. Speaking of the world, here's a quick look at the screenshots from the mod. Since the project is only a year old with their anniversary only being a couple of days ago when making this video, there isn't actually much in terms of screenshots, but they still look pretty good and just pretty in general. I can already tell this game will give me like Fallout 3 type vibe when travelling through its world. Now I'll always bring this up when doing a mod video, but in the Discord server, by the way, you should always check out the Discord server if you want more information on a Fallout mod, but in this case, in this Discord server, I dive into the Q&A section, where we do get a lot of common questions answered. One in particular being that they will not be adding any content from the Restoration project. As some of you might know if you have played Fallout 2 back in the day, the Restoration project is a mod that brings back a lot of the missing content that was scrapped from the game, and also fixes a lot of the bugs. However, if this decision does pee off us slightly, if you were expecting that Restoration content in there, then don't worry, because the team haven't fully waved it off. They did say that their main focus is getting the base Fallout 2 complete, then afterwards they will decide whether or not they want to add more content. The Q&A also says that all NPCs in the game will be voiced, but the original voice work from the Fallout 2 game will not be making it in, because we don't want another Capital Wasteland fiasco. We don't want this mod cancelled a year down the line, because it might bring a lawsuit. You're using the copywritten content? I don't know. I don't know what the laws are. I just know you're not allowed to steal things. That's all I know. Actually, speaking of voice acting, if you're interested in flexing your voice acting talents, then get in contact with the team, because they will be looking for a fuck ton, and I mean a fuck ton of voices in the future. Because going back, if you have played Fallout 2, you will remember that not all characters in that game are voiced, so they will be looking for new voices, like brand new voices, never before heard of voices, going into this mod. So yeah, just be on the lookout, because this is a great opportunity, especially with any Fallout mod looking for voice work. This is a great opportunity and a good wee thing to put on your CV, to be honest. Oh, and if your next question is, will the protagonist be voiced? Then the answer is a good old-fashioned fucking no. No, you're not. Your character will not be voiced, because the character back in Fallout 2 was not voiced. I mean, if you want to make a mod voicing your own character, or maybe when you get the dialogue up on the screen, how about you just read out your dialogue? There you are. You're the voice of your character. One last thing I want to mention that is brought up in the Q&A is the release date, and will it be released on console? Because, believe it or not, this is a common question that's always fucking asked in comment sections of videos, and just Discord servers is always asked, when are these mods coming out? So the answer to these is, one, they actually don't have a release date, like every big Fallout mod right now. No, none of them have a release date because they're all working for free, so their time schedules are a wee bit, inconsistent maybe? I don't know, I don't know what development's like for these mods. And two, no, they will not release for on consoles, because consoles only have a 2 GB of mod storage, and they do not have something called the Fallout script extender, which is a crucial part of all big Fallout mods. So that's why, like, if you go onto Fallout on PC, that's why I really do encourage it. If you do get a gaming PC in the future, you should get Fallout 4, Fallout 3, New Vegas, because there is a fuck ton of mods on there that you just simply do not experience on consoles. Of course, with every mod project and any creative project, to be honest, there is some concept art. And you know me by now, yeah, I do love some concept art. Here we have the Pip-Boy 2000 Mark 1, which will be our main Pip-Boy in the game. That is if you don't have any other weird Pip-Boy mod installed. We also get a look at the Sentry Bot redesign, which is looking pretty good, I must admit. I do like the design of this robot. By the way, see some of the artists you guys get for these mod projects? Fucking hell, man. You should, literally, I'm just going to say this directly to the artists. You guys should be charging for your work. You guys should be fucking applying to game studios and all that, because some of these concept arts that I'm seeing in these mods, they're really fucking good. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I'm not being nice for the sake of being nice here. Last two are focused on the temple in Arroyo, one being post-apocalyptic and the other being from before the bombs dropped. I'm actually really excited to see what kind of job they do with the temple, because I can imagine it looking really just, what am I looking for? Like, very like Aztec sort of thing. Like, see, like a proper Indiana fucking Jones when you're going into that temple. That is what I'm imagining here, you know? Actually, when I was first reading them talking about the temple, my mind immediately went back to this wee book, this game book I used to play. What was it called? Death Trap Dungeon, which I think they made it into a PS1 game. Death Trap Dungeon. Literally, my mind went back to then because that's what I imagined Death Trap Dungeon looking like. So that pretty much wraps up all the information I've gathered on this mod so far. Again, Project Arroyo has only been in development for a year, so there won't be as much information as older projects like The Frontier or Fallout Miami. Which, by the way, what the fuck has happened to The Frontier? Can you guys let me know what's been happening with that? Because I literally have no idea. Where has it gone? There was like trailers being released left, right, and centre, and then it just went into radio silence. I get that some teams go into radio silence, but you know. Nonetheless, Project Arroyo was looking very promising indeed, and I'm quite interested in playing it, because truth be told, I actually have never finished the original Fallout 2. It was always one of those games which I start, then another big game comes out at the time, and I just completely forget about it and move on to the big game. But I promise one day I will finish Fallout 2, one day I'll return to it, I'll get it complete, maybe I'll stream it actually, maybe it'll be like a stream series. I'm playing Bloodlines right now, on over on Twitch TV/Bundicot. So maybe when I wrap up Bloodlines, I'll hop into Fallout 2. Maybe, I don't know, possibly. Or maybe I should just wait for this mod. I have no idea. So yeah, that was Project Arroyo. What do you guys think of it so far? And if I have missed any piece of information, please leave it down in the comment section below. I was about to say description below, but no, I always make that fucking mistake. But yeah, again, sometimes people just miss out on information. Sometimes I literally just miss little tiny tidbits of information. So again, even if the mod team is listening, if I have missed anything, please don't be afraid, leave it down in the comment section below. Special thanks to my brilliant wee patrons, KG, Devil, Proxy1 and TG Monster for your continued support over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much, I really do appreciate it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I appreciate everyone tuning into these new Wasteland episodes. I always love advertising all these new mods. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.